Hey, Juan. Not about to hear my chinny chin chin. I would use the music in this game, but the only thing is, it's like hitting a lame duck with a spoon. It's really, really bad. You had to be. Why are these cars on a vent track? Don't they know there's an event going on? Driving on the track while there's an event going on? Take a detour, cars. Hey, you're the one that showed up on the wrong side of the road at the wrong time, car. And then your headlights came on after you got hit. Ugh. Sky. You're gonna have fun on that. Uh-huh. Yeah. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. It's only gonna get worse. Twitch is no better, man. I know. I know. Yeah. Way too far. Yeah. I agree. Way too far. You mean Twitch? Switch. uh, yeah. Welcome, streamer. Yes, I am. Crew 2. I'm almost to 1,000. Hello. Oh, yeah, really. You watched the stream yesterday. You know what level I am. Don't be talking that bull poopy. That bull pocky. Cause you slacking, my friend. And? I'm close enough, he says. Seen a baby, what? 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 What in the butt? What? This is why, this is why I said that it's become a dictatorship, because they are taking our freedom of speech away from us, and that is, no. I mean, it's like, well, it's that and the FCC, and I mean, it all entails to a lot of things. It's all because of their sponsorship. Oh, we don't want cussing, blah blah blah. But the matter, the basic fact is, I mean, it doesn't matter which company you are. You could be working at Disney. People are going to cuss. You just piss off the wrong person. Yeah, someone. Yeah. 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 They're tired of the bull crap, and if you freaking mess up too much, yeah, sorry. It's the nature of the beast. People are going to do it whether you want to or not. Uh, busting their ass to work, blah blah blah. But okay, here's the thing, and I'm gonna tell you. Blah 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 blah. Okay, yes, but a little bit no. Okay, let me tell you why. Most of the people that work at warehouses and stuff, when you gotta get an order, dispersed or whatever, that takes trucks. The price of diesel fuel is through the freaking roof. You can't really blame the warehouses. You have to put the pressure on those who are like the president and stuff like that because they are the reason why the diesel fuel went up. No, no, no. No, it's pretty much the truckers because, and it's not so much the truckers in a sense because the price of diesel. Yeah, I mean their paychecks. They make good money. Don't get me wrong, but if they can't afford diesel with their paycheck because of our government raising the price of gasoline because we don't want to frack. You know what I'm saying? It's not because of truckers. It's technically because of systemically how the president doesn't want to like frack and do what is necessary. I mean, he wants to do away with all of that and go to simple energy by, you know, using that sort of route. I mean, it's yeah, and the charging stations. If there is a semi that is basically like that, like an electronic car, do you realize how long that's going to charge? I mean, it's not the trucker's fault. It's not the warehouse's fault. We all know whose fault it is. And we have some snowflakes out there, giving credit to Biden when, you know what? No, no, he hasn't done nothing. Stop giving credit to this man. Name one. Name one. Name one. Because he hasn't been doing anything with the border until Kamala Harris started getting immigrants into her home. You know that was a Trump thing, right? Yeah, it was. Yeah. That don't mean shit because Trump is the one that started that shit because of COVID-19. He's taking credit for all this fucking shit. The shots and everything else. Oh, well, I'm the one that freaking did this. Da, da, da. But he's not the one that signed the shit in order. Before he left office? Yeah, he may have said some stupid shit, I'll agree with you, but the only thing is that stupid shit he was saying got shit done. You know they're 4 years behind, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Ow. Not, yeah, but the only thing is, I'm not saying I could be wrong on this, but I don't. Nah, 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 nah. Huh? Won't happen. Huh? Huh? No,
I
it's
need to
4.
clean the house, but I am warm and comfy in bed, lol.
4. Oh, 2. Oh, yeah, 2 to 4. Yeah. Actually, they can have as many as they want, technically, but if they get reelected, but yeah. But yeah, I'm not. Enough of the politics. It's stupid. Uh, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. We already know why. That's why I've said it so many times. Woke propaganda, politic bullshit. That's why I'm going back to old companies. I'm going back to like Square Enix. I'm playing Final Fantasy more. I'm leaving GTA and stuff like that out of the equation, and I'm going back to old companies. Legacy of Kain, which is coming back, redone by Crystal Dynamics. Tomb Raider going back to Crystal Dynamics. The old G publishers and stuff like that that did all these old games. I'm going back to these old companies. I am not sticking around with these new companies that are hiring new people with a woke agenda. Nope. Forget about it. And here's another thing. Even though people are going to be watching my channel, and I know they're going to be sitting there, and I've already told Rach and Akira this, when I start streaming Hogwarts Legacy, which yes, I am going to start streaming Hogwarts Legacy, anybody who's causing problems or anything like that in my channel, you are being removed. I don't care about your personal agenda. I am putting that forefront and up front. You want to put that stuff in other people's channels? You know what? You probably get the same treatment as I'm going to do. I am already ahead of everything. I'm already ahead of the curve. I am 10 steps ahead. I will find you and I will kick you out. Period. You got a problem with me playing Hogwarts Legacy? You can step on these A pile of poo while it's on fire. Mm-mm. And I am going to have people watching the channel just in case people are going to be doing some stupid shit. I've got backup plans already in place.
Well said, dear.
Thank you. Already got backup plans in place, so I am not worried. And if I need to bring some more raccoons in, just get rid of some people because they don't want me streaming Harry Potter, the Legacy, then yeah, I'll bring in more people. I ain't scared. Shit. I mean, if you come to my stream with decency, talk to me about the game, stuff like that, cool. I ain't gonna have no problem with you, even if you're part of whatever community you're part of. But you start talking out of line, you start bringing that bull crap, you are going to be removed. Tree. Alright. Star slide. It's alright, I'm still in first, I'm not worried about it. Oh yeah, you are in here. Yeah, I don't like the music in here. It's like I said, it's like hitting a lame duck with a spoon. No, they don't. No, they don't. Test Drive was good. The original Need for Speed up until Need for Speed 3. Hot Pursuit, though, that music was good. It was like high octane techno. I mean, there are some right now they could use. Underground had questionable. Questionable. Some of it, yeah. There's like one or two that I would listen to, but other than that, nah, I wouldn't. Most wanted. You talking white red label, yeah? Blacklist. Okay, the one that Criterion did, and Carbon did had some alright stuff. Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's all right stuff compared to what we got now. I'd go back to Need for Speed and then Need for Speed Original Hot Pursuit, which is part 3. You ain't a Volkswagens? Volkswagens. 989. Foe, check yourself. We're almost at 1,000. I'm not. I really hope they do put in more cars because that's worthless. Technically, that's worthless.
They're adding more cars on this game.
No, I mean like after level 1,000. I mean, I wish they would put in more cars that you can earn instead of like, oh, this is the only car you get after Icon 1,000. Oh.
Yeah, the Bugatti's the last one that you get.
I might join you on Crew 2 once I cleaned up. That's if you are still playing it.
Oh, I'm going to be on here until I get to 1,000. So yeah, I should be gravy.
I'm gonna be on this game for at least
Yeah.
a while.
This is the only car you get, and then it's just parts.
Is nobody gonna put up a race or something? Like really? Really? I'm trying to level up here.
Are you in? Well, wait, hold a minute. Wait, where the freak are you?
Who, me?
You're on the crew, yeah?
No.
Oh, sheesh.
I was, but then I got off.
Fine then. I was going to invite you so we could level up, or I could help you level up. Unbound. Need for Speed Heat, copy and paste.
I'm gonna make that car. I'm just telling you. I'm going to make that car.
You know, the only thing they changed was the RSR being toned down because the Ghost wanted to make a personal favorite on Heat. Bullshit, dude. No. No. Dude. The company itself said that the RSR was toned down. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. No, they're cheating the game. That's a lie, dude. I don't give a shit what you gotta say right now because the RSR, they personally said they toned down the fucking RSR to personal specs to what the specs was supposed to be. The Regera is the best car in the game. Yes, it is. Because it's overpowered and people are crying about it. Because they want their personal car, the RSR, to beat all the cars. Well, guess what? A Porsche's not going to beat a Regera. Fuck the Mitsubishi Eclipse. Fuck all that rhetoric. That's supposed to be fucking hypercars. Need for Speed. Look up its history. What was it about? Hypercars. Not these fucking tuners unless you're playing fucking Underground. Fucking pussies. Your tuner's not gonna be a fucking hypercar and you know that. Unless you're modifying the car itself, like extending the rails on a fucking Beetle, it is not going to beat a fucking hypercar stock. Bullshit. 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 It will not beat off a Lamborghini off the fucking line as a stock car. Heat? You're using Heat for reference? Heat? The piece of shit Ghost games? What? Underground? Underground? you ain't got any, there is no Need for Speed, the regular Need for Speed for fucking God didn't know there isn't. Regular Need for Speed, no, wrong. 2015 is not the regular Need for Speed. It was Need for Speed Road and Track. Know your fucking facts. That don't fucking mean shit. It is not the original title. I'm sorry. Wrong. Need for Speed Road and Track was the original Need for Speed. Incorrect. 2015 was not the first Need for Speed. It does not mean that it makes it the first because you said the first. You said the first. Incorrect. Does not make it the first Need for Speed. And you said the first Need for Speed. Incorrect. The Need for Speed. You're talking about the blue-green label, right? That one? The length? The length? There you go, length. you said length. And I was like, what? But the thing is, answer me this, riddle me this, Batman. Who is the maker of the green and blue label? Yeah, I was going to say you might want to rebuttal that because when you were talking Ghost Games, they were always picking their own favorite. Yeah, they did. Actually, I don't think that was the first one. The one that they did before that one, there was Pro Street, I think. I could be wrong, but I think Pro Street was part of that too. Criterion was red and white label. I know that much because I played the crap out of that one. Blacklist, yes. No, yeah, I don't. EA was doing those, but even then, they still had their favorites because if we go back and go back to the Wayback Machine, where the the was it the Toyota Corolla? The Toyota Corolla was able to beat any car. The old one, yeah. The ones that they would glitch the gears. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Actually, tuning it would be better. Yeah. Tuning it would be better because there is hypercars in that game, and I don't foresee that car beating any hypercar that's in that list. I mean, yeah, there are certain manual. You're only getting like 10 miles per hour plus, and if you put a hypercar in manual, guess what? It's also getting that bonus of 10 miles per hour. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they need to go back to its roots, and that's why I've been saying over and over again. Put the real specifications on the car, and make sure that's narrated so people can understand, because people don't want to read. Oh yeah. and proper title it. Uh-huh. Underground should have been yeah, you have to bring back one of the originals. Yeah, and I think it's like, I said part 3 would be a very good one for them to come back and remaster. Because that's when the whole 3D aspect was being brought in and the whole, car views and stuff like that. One, that would be really hard to do because they would have to redo all the code, redo the textures on the cars, and, I mean, they could do it, but it would be really, 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 really hard. 3, Hot Pursuit, the original Hot Pursuit, Need for Speed 3 would be a really good one to remaster. Underground should have been part of the Shift list because Shift was about tuner cars. Yeah, and you got Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed, Need for Speed 1 Road and Track, Need for Speed 2, Need for Speed 3, which was all hypercars. No, they had, from what I understand, there was one title that was in Japan that was Nissan. Yeah, or Skyline. Yeah, Nissan Skyline, dude. It's still the same thing. But yeah, that was like a off-brand title, though. I mean, yeah, it was Need for Speed, but it was named something else in Japan. So it wasn't really a Need for Speed title. It was an offshoot. Yeah, it was an offshoot technically. But yeah, I mean, all these off-brand titles, I mean, Need for Speed, Most Wanted, Red and White Label should have been tuner. Well, that was tuners and hypercars. They sort of like mixed branch, mixed and whatever, botched that thing together. But there have been several games like that. Yeah, all hypercar. Yeah, with the proper titling and stuff like that, because and I want them to bring back the high octane speeds like there were in Need for Speed 3. I mean, going, yes, 300 miles per hour going through the canyons. I mean, stuff like that. They need to bring that old style back. But like in sort of like modern technology, I mean, they can freaking do it. And don't tell me they can't freaking do it. And don't sit there and tell me, well, it's not canon anymore. Well, if it's not canon, guess what? If the crew can do it, guess what? It's still canon, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Forza, the crew... Yeah. Oh, if we're talking about the proper way, okay? And this is why I said this is going to take longer than expected for them to do that. In Need for Speed Road and Track, because I did a lot of research on this, when they did those cars, instead of using RC cars and racing them around in the freaking basement, take each individual car and you would go to an airport and you would test drive them. You would record them. You would videotape them so that way you are looking at the real aspect of the car. This is why in Need for Speed Road and Track, yes, it was a simulator, but yet not because it was an arcade. It was actually technically both. And you can't tell me otherwise because they use the actual car designs, they use the actual car specs, and yes, they actually use the actual car turning in everything in every single vehicle that was in that game. And you cannot tell me otherwise because I did my research on it. Yep. 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 The MPH, the accuracy of the tires, its drop weight from its stance. It's also high, the weight. Yeah, yeah. And it was all narrated. Yeah, it was all narrated in the first Need for Speed. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because they don't want to put the effort in Need for Speed anymore, it's just like, oh, I don't want to do all that work. But you know what? That's what makes a good game. That's what makes it more popular is when you're entailing what the car actually did. Yes, keep it arcade. I'm not going to dispute that, but keep the car values the way that they freaking are and not be like, oh, I'm going to play favorites by adding 5 more miles per hour to this car. And it's like, I said when there's the Bugatti and the McLaren going head to head. The only reason why, ladies and gentlemen, the Bugatti technically won is because, and this is factual, and this is why it was removed from, this is why it was removed from the Guinness World Records. The limiter was removed. They cheated. Yes. But if you have a limiter, that's not the case. Oh, no. I mean, well, the tire spin on both cars would have a fucking significant ratio. I mean, both are high end, RPM rate, and I mean, even the Pagani would sit there and spin its tires before even taking off. Because all three cars are all three cars, the Bugatti, the Pagani, and the McLaren, if they were all to race with each other, would stand toe-to-toe with one another. Pure and simple. And I'm not going to say all Paganis are going to be like that. I'm looking at like the Zonda R, stuff like that. The ones that actually are race cars. Yeah. Oh, the Hydra, yeah. And then you have the F1 LM. There is a difference between the F1 and the F1 LM, ladies and gentlemen. One is a race car, one is a street car. Huh. And the Senna. There's two different types of Sennas. When it comes to hypercars, I love my hypercars. I don't like tuners that much. I really don't. I mean, do tuners look good, especially when they're docked up in vinyls? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna dispute that. But when it comes to all in a hyper freaking speed, a hypercar is not. A tuner is not going to beat a hypercar. Muscle cars are really exquisite, especially if there's no rust on them. And then you got these competitions now where they're actually like doing rust on these cars. No, That just makes them looks. No, you got to have the pristine. Yeah, pristine cars. I mean, like hyper muscle cars, hyper cars, whether it be even tuner cars. I mean, no rust, no rust, no rust. Can't have no rust. I mean, trucks even. I mean, I look at all. You know, when I go to car shows and stuff like that, especially when I was in Florida and there were hypercar freaking car shows. I mean, I would look at all cars, but I would prefer the hypercars more because, I mean, the design. Granted, yes, it's not just, yeah, the design of the body is what I love. It's not even leather on some of the cars, dude. But yeah, I mean, I like muscle cars. I like the design, the box design of some of the muscle cars and stuff like that. But mm, hypercars all the way. Well, yeah, it's because of they are out of market and they are overseas. I mean, some of these car companies now, especially some of them in America, are using some of those. Yeah. Renault, Aston Martin. Yeah. You talking about that one that actually they said they got recording of it going over 300 miles per hour? That is that is totally speculation until there is actual proof of that. I know which one you're talking about, and yeah, that one's overseas as well. But I can't remember the name of it either. Oh yeah, no, that's what they call kits. Yeah, they're using like fake kits, but yeah, it still runs like a hypercar. I mean, give credit where credit's due, but if the, using a car design though, that's sort of shitty. Yeah, come up with your own design and then throw a label on it, and then be like, oh. The demon. I should have you look up the word Diablo. Diablo. No, 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 no. That is pretty much the prime example of demon, which would be, I think that's a Spanish word for demon. Diablo? Yeah. Still done. Lamborghini. Huh? Right. Why would you want to put something like that on your card? Stop Christine, motherfucker! Coming to life. No dents, no body damage. Oh wait, there is a car like that. Remember? The Lamborghini, Reno. I think that's where it was. Car that fixes itself. Graveyard. That's the one that has that series. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Some of those cars, man, they fix up or left on the side of the road unattended. If you just look, I mean, uh, yeah, that was like also back in the day when they did Pit My Ride, and these people are finding like other cars that were done by that series just left on the side of the road, freaking stranded, and people are picking them up and trying to fix them all. Well, they were, from what I understand, from what I've been reading, they were half-assed done too. Yeah, and high mileage. So it's not like they're spending thousands of dollars to fix these cars up and sell them back to the people that own them. They're just half-assing it and then selling it for thousands of dollars to other people who are looking for said car. I mean, they were pretty much freaking coffins on wheels. Mm-hmm. That is pretty sad. Maybe that's why they were left on the side of the road. The speakers and shit rattled them so much the frame dropped. 900 Ford Impala. What year? 2012. A lot of mileage. Probably going to be a gas guzzler too, thinking about it. That doesn't matter, dude. Have you checked the spark plugs and all that bullcrap on there for the wear and tear? No, on the vehicle that you're purchasing. Yeah, I'd redo that before putting it on the road, because the mileage on it, if it's not done, is gonna suck. Did you get a Carfax? Did you get a Carfax? Yeah. Maybe she needs some money. Maybe she's high out and needs money. But like I said, maybe she needs the money. Oh, she's from the military. We are talking the military here, and I don't think the military gets enough respect. I'm going to be honest. Sometimes, even while leaving the military, they are not getting treated fairly. Yeah. That makes sense. If she's giving money to the troops, but yet she's selling the vehicle for $900, making that money back. Yeah. Huh. Oh yeah. Seems fair enough. Yeah. You got lead foot, man. Why did you buy something like that? Oh, that's not really a fast car. Yeah, true. Or a Mustang or a Corvette. Porsche. I mean, there's some Porsches out there that you could buy on personal paychecks.
Hey Raziel, how goes?
Lunar, what's up? Heck, you could even buy a freaking Lamborghini on some paychecks. The SV limited edition, you could get it. Yeah, the SVJ. Some Diablos you get on personal paychecks. I mean, yeah, there's like some of them are pretty cheap now, and they're like 90s cars.
Lol,
But,
okay, just chilling on a day off.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I would if. Yeah, and I would check them over with a fine tooth comb, dude. Because 250,000. Oh, I would. Yeah, there's something wrong with it. Either that or they need money. One of the two. But you never know. Eh. Yeah, some people do that, and it's not just companies. Yeah, right. Gaming companies get back to their community. What do you want? Somebody over here is on crack, and nobody's going to be able to hear the person that I'm talking to because there's no part chat on. Which I should change, but I'll change that after this race here.
You driving a Lambo or Vette?
I am driving the Bugattis onto R.
Be nice.
Whee! Which one?
The Lamborghini Revelation.
Oh, the Revelation. Yeah. I know what one you're talking about.
I wish I actually had that on here because it would be so much more fun. Dude,
I haven't played a drive-in game since I think Need for Speed Underground 2.
I freaking hate Underground.
Oh my god.
People like it. That's their own preference, but I freaking hate Underground.
Like, Underground's okay, but once I beat it the first time, I had to take a break from it, cause when I played that shit on hard, that shit was like some things that happened was bullshit. Like there ain't no way that me going down an
Almost
alleyway,
there, guys. Almost there.
going at 160, almost 180 miles per hour in a Mitsubishi Eclipse, there ain't no way that my car should just automatically spin out and do a 360.
I don't like the fact of what they did with the hypercars. They played them dirty.
The hypercars is not doing the rest of that shit. Toning it down when they should be toning it down. They should be toning it
Yeah,
up.
your title is Need for Speed for a fucking reason. Why are you slowing down hypercars? Because you want to give exactly. Need for Speed.
I want speed.
Not 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 need for crawling. I don't like I don't like Too Fast. They overplayed that movie way too much. 10 parts plus, and there's more coming. Oh, yeah. The M5. Uh, oh yeah. Oh crap! I forgot to do something. There's not much of a hyper. I can't do every single fucking linguistic like T's per car, but as far as hypercars, I do know my shit. I do know my shit on some cars. Oh, the Impala? Yeah. Ooh. Or the RX-5. Or the MX-5, yes. Yeah. Mazda Miata. Hmm? Like I said, some cars aren't that bad, but the only thing, and some of them, yeah, and speaking speaking of overhyping, there has been some cars that have been downplayed too. Lotus Elise needs to be put back on the hypercar list. Which one's that? Uh, 458. Yeah. Well, on here it is a hypercar because I do see it on here, and it is a hypercar. It's not a town car or a street car. Yeah. They dumbed it down. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. For Oh yeah. Both of them are still hypercars, one way or another, whether you look at them or not. I mean, but the only thing is what they they weren't really called hypercars, and this is why I don't like the fact of calling them hypercars. They were called exotics. Well, rallycross is a different genre of racing entirely. Yeah, it's dirt racing or mud or whatever, but I mean, you got your hyper races, you got your mudslinger races, which on crew, I hope they put in more hypercar races, like long tracks. Ooh, jumped over that car. Oh, mud rallies. Yeah. Well, they even do it with Demolition Derby too. They put them in a mud freaking ring. There's a lot of stuff that this one's missing compared to what they could have put in there. But some of that stuff is also pretty new though too. I mean, they could have had a freaking monster truck rally where they were crushing cars and going off points and everything else by doing that. I mean, but they didn't. They wanted to do tricks and all. And yeah, monster trucks. It's all about doing tricks, but it was also about crushing cars and all that crap too. It's one thing crew failed. Old school ones like Bigfoot. Oh, you're talking about just naming them. Yeah, old school Ford. Oh yeah. I mean, you can technically do it on here, but you can't really do like full on sticker worthy, like if you were doing like the Undertaker or the stuff like that, because that would take a lot of design. That would take a lot of patience and time to do, and then but then who's going to want to sit there and do a lot of detail and patiently design every single one when the game, no, just let me finish, when the game is a live event? I mean, people like to do dress up on their cars and stuff, but the only thing is what they're missing on the crew too is the offline aspect. If this game goes under, and I'm saying this to a lot of folks out there, and you're designing your car, you need to think before you design a car because you're going to lose it if this game stops its server. I mean, I don't design fancy, but only fancy enough to where it's like the design I'm not really going to miss that much. And the reason is because it's the live event, and if it's, if the server goes under, I'm going to miss out on, unless I'm taking pictures and stuff like that, but that ain't going to, I mean, it's going to be nostalgia, but I'd rather have it to where the game also has offline mode. Oh, I missed that checkpoint. But at least it didn't say I missed that checkpoint, so I'm good. Even though it clearly missed it. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, dude. You know, what is it, Need for Speed Payback? They gave a lot of credit to the Beetle when there are hypercars in the game, dude. Oh my god, yes, and you have to extend the frame in order to give that Beetle the justice it deserves, but you can't extend the frame because there is no aspect where you can put that on the car unless the car is already preordained that way. But the only thing is the length of the car contradicts itself. This is why Payback contradicts itself. But yet, the Beetle in that game is the fastest car in the game. It's because these companies are picking their favorites, and you know what? Your favorites don't mean shit if there's a hypercar list in the roster. And let me also stress this, if they are extending the frame and everything else, it is a drag car, it is not a racing car. And a racing Beetle is not going to have the extended freaking frame. And it's going to turn like shit. And on that game for Need for Speed Payback, the car turns fucking fine. I've even tested it myself. Why is it turning fine for a freaking drag car? The Countach. See, that's... Yeah. Especially with a 12-banger under the hood. Well, yeah. I mean, but, I mean, if you're gonna... Okay. There is a thing called, not natural selection, it is called neutral opposition. And neutral opposition is where you have two cars that'll do the same thing, but one will be faster and one will turn like shit. But and there are two cars that should be able to go the same speed, but in a racing scene, the two cars should be able to do and keep up with one another. The two cars in question, okay, it's like say if you're using a Regera, and you look at the Bugatti, okay? The Bugatti is in the game. The Bugatti can keep up with the Regera, but the Bugatti cannot keep or substantially keep up with the Regera because the Regera has, you know, everything done with it. And yes, I'm going to state this again. People are complaining about the Regera because it is OP as heck, and it does not give it the Bugatti the credit that it is deserved. I can understand and relate to people why they were, you know, complain about that. You need, and this is something to EA and Criterion, you need to boost up the Bugatti and give the Regera an opposition. Yes, yes. I mean, you are dealing with close quarter races from what I can see in the new Unbound. I can understand that. But the thing is, you need neutral opposition. If you have one car that could do a high rate of speed, you need to give another car the same bounce. Because that is giving a set amount of competition from one car company to another. You cannot sit there and pick favorites. You cannot sit there and say, well, this car is going to automatically do better than this car or that car. And that is it. Even if you are dealing with tuners, there's going to be cars that are going to be better than one set class, one set car company, whether it be overseas or not. It is called competition for a reason, and you cannot sit there and pick favorites and say this car is going to do better. Stop giving favorites to other car companies and do the game justice like it was supposed to back in the day. Point blank. I'm sorry. If you are doing, okay, you are talking personal, you are doing personal customization, and I'm going to say this again. If you give one car personalization where it's custom, blah, 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 all cars need to have the same set list. If you can do it to one car, you should be able to do it all cars, not just one. Yes. And then, and then you look at it this way: if people want to race Bugattis with, Regardless all day long or whatever, fine, let them. If they want to race tuner for tuner to see which car is going to be faster, better, etc., etc., fine, let them. If they want to do muscle car for drag, or if they want to do drift to see which one they'd handle in the corner, or no, they can't do muscle with drift. That would suck, and you know it. If you change a body to drag, that car is just gonna bounce and it's not gonna turn, dude. It's not gonna turn. You can't do muscle and drift if you got drag and then drift on. No, that's not. That does not work. Oh, but yeah, that's exactly what I'm. You know what I said. If you're doing drift is a different title, but you said drag and drift. That's why I'm saying you can't do that because the car wouldn't be able to handle that, and if it would break the tie rods and everything else. And okay, here's another thing. Here's another thing. If you are going to put drift in a game, especially when it comes to Need for Speed, you need the 90-degree angle turning for the wheels. Don't sit there and put regular turning on a car and say, well, this car will be used for drifting. No, there are certain aspects that you need to put in when it comes to drifting, and the 90-degree turn of the wheels need to be implemented and in place. You cannot put their 60, 70, or 80, degree turn on a car, well, and say this is for drifting. No. You need to put every aspect of the drifting, aspect in a car if you're going to use it for drifting. And that is toe, that is caliber, that is everything. When it comes to this, even the angle of the sitting and the angle of the tires, everything. And you're going to put drift in a game for Need for Speed, put in the proper things for drift. Don't sit and give us this graph, which is like race, drift, dirt, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, yeah, they would have to bring in the tuning of each and individual gear like they used to in Underground, but the only thing is, do that crap right so people can't glitch their cars anymore. And yeah, I look at it this way. Yeah, drifting's good. But let me finish my whole sentence on the simulator part of it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you are putting in the gear ratio for each individual car, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That is a bit of simulation. While keeping the aspect of arcade. So yes, though you can sit there and say, well, it's arcade. Yes, I understand it's arcade, but it also has bits of simulation in it. If you are adding gear ratio and stuff like that in Need for Speed, which Underground did, and you can't dispute that, that is simulation. My mic got unplugged. No, they did buy card based on how to upgrade your car. They didn't have any. Yeah. Yeah, they didn't. They didn't have any type of simulation like gear ratio or the fundamentals of yeah, your campers and dampeners and all that bullshit. So yeah, no, they didn't have anything like that. But yeah. He was No, he wasn't even an arcade simulator. It was just straight up arcade. Underground was an arcade
I
simulator
am
because
nearly done, just having my brunch and I'll join you dear.
Alright, anyways, as I was saying, they actually had an arcade slash simulator because you were able to change the gear ratio of your car, which would actually in some point turn your car into a freaking beast. And then you can raise. They even had freaking hydraulics for your car. I mean, I remember glitching off the map on some of that stuff. Oh, speakers in the trunk that made the music louder. So, I mean, yeah, in a way, yeah, it was an arcade game, but it also had some aspects of simulation into it, which actually made it a different sort of title because it was different. It should not have been named Need for. Well, they could have had, but Need for Speed Underground should have been a shit title. That was that was still messing with gear ratios. That was still messing with gear ratios. Open world would be different from open world compared to open city. It's not so much open world if you are dealing with city driving. Open world would be my like Forza Crew 2. There is a difference between the two. Yeah, they're all open cities. There's not. I don't think there is a single Need for Speed that has a open world type map. If they ever make one, where? No, the only one that was an off-brand was Skyline. I mean, if they do a Need for Speed World, that'd be awesome. Oh, you're talking about that gay ass fucking cartoon bullshit that they did in fucking Mexico? I am not qualifying that as a Need for Speed title. I am sorry. Fuck that. Yeah, I know exactly which one you're fucking talking about. That's not even world, dude. That's fucking based in fucking, like, down south. There was no world entailed into that freaking thing besides what? Okay, wait. No, that was Italy, Mexico, and a few other off-brand countries. They didn't cover Europe. They didn't cover Africa. They didn't cover United States, I don't think. They didn't cover China. They didn't cover Japan. So no, it's not Need for Speed World. And no, I don't qualify that as a Need for Speed title because that, from what I understand, that game was freaking garbage. Garbage compared to other titles. It was the worst of the worst compared to Need for Speed. If it's the one that I'm thinking of that you're talking about. Tell me, what's the vehicles in there? Is one of them sort of like this bus type vehicle? You're not answering my question. Does one of them look like a freaking bus? Like an old 1970s freaking VW bus looking thing. Yeah, keep going through the list. And if I remember right, how many maps does it have? Yeah, no, that game is garbage, dude. That game, and then you have like a whole plethora of pretty much cars, but yeah, that's the one I'm talking about with the one with freaking the VW fucking bus in it, and then you got the Italian who drives the Lamborghini. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Rental. Why would you put why would you put rental cars when rental cars would have the same aspect? Well, it's still okay. No, 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 no. Okay, why would you put them in rental when they would be in a class within the class? Like if they were an A class car, they would be in an A class car. Yes, they would have another sticker next to it, be like rental. But you cannot put rental cars in a different classification and be like, oh, here you go. Uh, what kind of bull? No, man. Fucking, it's like I said, World was not a fucking good Need for Speed fucking game. And I'm sorry to say, I'm glad fucking Microsoft got the shitty end of the fucking stick on that one. Hell no. They were like, oh, hell no, we don't want a piece of this. Oh, hell no.
Not meaning to interrupt you, dear Butavi, to ask, does Crew 2 need an update?
As far as I know, no, but you might want to check. See? So it's Xbox PC. Oh, you can't even get it on Xbox.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Only on PC. Oh, looks like PC got the shitty end of the deal. Well, sort of in a way they did because they're actually the same company technically now. So yeah, they got the shitty end of the stick. And it's a runny stick. Oh yeah, I mean there are a lot of Need for Speeds that were freaking way, and there are 4 maps. Okay, if you were talking Need for Speed World, okay, you would be like in Italy, you would be like in Europe, or in yeah United States and all its states, Mexico and all its provinces, United Kingdom and all its provinces, and Japan and all of its provinces, China, Russia. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So you wouldn't just have 4 freaking maps, man. You sit there and call it Need for Speed World because you got 4 freaking maps. What the little poop.
They need to do a remake of that world and actually
They just need to trash that and say, oh, this was not Need for Speed World. We're going to do a new one.
we're gonna do a new one that's gonna be so good. Well, man, if you build a world, it would be bigger than the United States. Okay.
You'd be racing in the world, not just on 4 maps.
Yeah, you'd be racing every continent that's here that has a car.
So it's like,
Maybe Dubai
yeah, Dubai. I mean,
or
throw Dubai in there.
Ukraine or
Ukraine, yeah.
like come on, man.
There's a lot of areas you can sit there and do in all the provinces if you were
You have
doing
your
world.
drifting areas down in Tokyo, Japan. You
Yeah.
have your racing scenes back in freaking
Also
Italy.
in Japan.
Yeah, Japan. Also in the United States. Racing, then you'll take your drag over in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah, there's like, all right, I'm gonna turn on voice sharing.
this is driving me crazy how they're just not making no sense at all when they're making these games.
Oh, party
They just
audio is on. So what the hell? Would I had? I probably would have had to start a new one. All right, give me a minute, guys.